Yo, what's good, Knicks Nation? This is Richie from Knicks Media. Welcome back to the channel. I want to break you guys some news. The Knicks have re-signed Elfrid Payton to a one-year, $5 million deal. And in this video, I'll be breaking down that signing, my thoughts of it, and yeah, bring you guys a quick little breakdown. Before I hop into that, just want to say thank you so much for all the love on this brand new channel. You guys have been killing it. I'm already at 500 subscribers. Knicks fans, you guys are the best. I'm so excited to be part of the Knicks community and bring you guys the best Knicks content I can find. Listen, if you're not subscribed already, make sure you do so because I'm going to be posting so much Knicks content after free agency is over, right before the season, carrying over throughout the season. And again, if you enjoyed the video, make sure you smash that like button. So let's get right into Elfrid Payton, right? To be completely honest with you guys, I'm a little disappointed with this because when we waived Elfrid, I was happy. I didn't want him back on the Knicks, and I was relieved. He was one of my least favorite players on the Knicks last year. I just feel like him as a point guard, he does get the teammates involved at times, but he just looks like a guy out there that just wastes space in a way of, not a waste of space in terms of him as a person, but when he's on the floor, it's like there's no reason for him to be on this team. He has no future. And I was hoping we could bring in a veteran guy on a one-year deal, such as Rajon Rondo, that could be a playmaker to be a veteran presence for the young guys. But we brought back Elfrid Payton, and our point guards are looking like the same as last year, basically, including Immanuel Quickley. So it's going to be Immanuel Quickley, Dennis Smith Jr., Frank Ntilikina, and Elfrid Payton. Payton is a guy that's scrappy. He can do everything. He's not an excellent shooter, but he's crafty. He can get to the rim. He's a good playmaker, decent playmaker. I wouldn't say he's excellent, but I'm not too happy with this signing. But at the same time, it's not the end of the world because it's a one-year, $5 million deal. We did not lock him up long-term, and I really like to see what Leon Rose and Knicks are doing right now. They're being really patient. They're not going out there and signing big names like Gordon Hayward for a $120 million contract. Fred VanVleet, I wish he was a Knick, but at the same time, if you look at that contract, it's a lot of money. Rightfully so. He deserves every penny the Raptors gave him, but still, I just don't think Leon Rose and the Knicks front office are ready to bring in a guy on a max contract where this team is at. They understand that next year in 2021, the free agency and draft is going to be stacked. So they're trying to set themselves up for the future, and they have a long-term vision, which is really refreshing as a Knicks fan because we're so used to the previous general managers and front offices get happy. Oh, we have cap space. We got to spend it. Who's the best player available? Let's give him a max contract. Let's just waste all of our money to be mediocre. And they're done with that. They understand they have to build through the draft. You saw what they did with the Ed Davis trade. I really like this. Leon Rose in the front office, they called up the Jazz, and they're probably like, hey, listen, we understand you're in cap hell, and you need to, re-sign guys like Donovan Mitchell. We'll take Ed Davis off your hands if you give us 2 future second-round picks, and we'll pay his $5 million salary. And just so you guys know, Ed Davis could get traded as well. And Leon Rose gets 2 more future second-round picks in 2023. The Knicks now have 11 draft picks in the next 3 years. That is insane. We have so much draft capital. They understand they need to build through the draft in order to acquire, those big-ticket marquee free agents. This team is not ready to go out there and sign a superstar player because there's not a lot of depth around that, and we need to build through the draft and build a culture around them. And, it's just you need to build a foundation, and that's what Leon Rose is trying to do. He's coming in here and having a long-term vision instead of that short-term thinking where I'm just going to give everybody a max contract. We need to win next year because these Knicks fans are upset. But at the same time, they're also in win-now mode because, a guy like Obi Toppin they drafted is not a player that they have to wait 3 years to develop, such as Frank Ntilikina and Kevin Knox. When we drafted those 2 guys in the first round, they were 19-year-olds that we were like, all right, they're going to be okay the rookie year, but we're going to have to wait to see their full potential when they're 22, 23. Obi Toppin is a win-now draft selection. He's 22 years old. He's ready to play now. He was College Player of the Year, and I'm excited as hell for Obi Toppin. But Elfrid Payton, this is what this video is about. It's just another one of those signings that we're going to use our cap space to fill in these one-year deals because like I said, we're looking ahead. We are setting ourselves up to have cap flexibility in 2021. Maybe that's not that much of an advantage, but at the same time, it is because I know a lot of Knicks fans are like, yeah, well, we had so much cap space this year. We're not doing anything with it. Well, look who's available. Do you want them to go out there and sign Gordon Hayward for that money? Because I personally don't. So I don't really think that they saw anybody in the free agent market that they felt like was deserving of a huge deal. So they're going to go over and sign a bunch of players such as Alec Burks and Elfrid Payton like they did, 1 year cheap deals so they can set themselves up for future free agency so they have cap space. That's really what the blueprint is. There's a lot of moves that's going to be made as well. And, this is not another flashy signing. This is definitely not my favorite because I really wasn't a fan of Elfrid Payton last year, if you guys want me to be honest. But at the same time, I do see some potential in Elfrid. He's still a young player. He has triple-double potential on him. He can score, he can rebound, and he can get the ball in his teammates' hands. So we will see what he can do. Hopefully he can come in here and have a rebound season from last year, because I would say he had like an average year with the Knicks last year. Maybe he can develop because he's still a guy that's developing, and Tom Thibodeau is a guy that loves his point guards, and Elfrid's also good at defense. You got to give him some credit. Elfrid is a scrappy defender for that point guard position. He's just not that sharpshooter that you would want, but I feel like he's going to work well under Tom Thibodeau. The more I feel like thinking of Tom Thibodeau with Elfrid Payton, he's really good. He gets a lot of steals. He's good on-ball defender. So we will see what happens. Let me know down below. Are you guys happy with this signing? Are you content with it? Are you pissed off that Elfrid Payton's back on the Knicks? I feel like some Knicks fans will be happy. Some Knicks fans will be outrageously upset. So let me know down below what you guys think. I'm just here to voice my opinions. Love to hear your opinions down below in the comment section. With that being said, I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Stay tuned for all the latest Knicks content on this channel. Subscribe if you're new. Like the video if you enjoyed. Let's go, Knicks. Peace out.